Hey, what's going on, y'all? Now, in today's video, I want to talk about a concept that I think is maybe not like my usual concepts that I talk about on this channel. It's a little more controversial in nature, but I think it's still very prescient for our modern culture. And men, women, this is kind of a general message, but just to help us all become our best selves. And this is fat acceptance. This is a very pervasive movement, you could say, in our society, and I honestly think it should be shut down. And here's why. So this is the problem with fat acceptance. To start off, fat acceptance co-opted body positivity. They essentially took over that notion of body positivity. But body positivity is meant for people who cannot control what has happened to them. That not for people who have the ability to control what has occurred to their body, but to those who don't. For example, someone in a wheelchair. They have lost the ability to use the function of their legs. That person deserves some body positivity. Like, you should be positive about your body despite the fact that you are disabled. In the same way, you got certain people who, maybe mentally, not fully there. They don't have the full capacity to, use their brain, to use this or that. That's what we should have body positivity for. And listen, there are even some fat people who have diabetes or this or that or the third, heart problems, things like that, that prevent them from doing the proper exercise and taking the proper steps to take care of their health, to take care of the fats on their body. And I think body positivity should even extend to those individuals. Anyone who cannot control whatever's going wrong within them should try to find some way to be positive about the state of being that they have or are required to be in. But those who have the power to change should feel ashamed. And this leads me to my next point, that a lot of the whole fat acceptance movement, they say, well, you're fat shaming me if you come out if you talk about the health consequences of someone for being fat, or saying like, hey, you might deal with problems down the road, heart issues, cancer, liver damage, like diabetes. There's so many things that can go wrong with having an excess amount of fat within your body. But as soon as you start to raise these points to people, they say, oh, you're fat shaming me. Well, let me put it to you like this. You have your room, you have your house, what I mean? Your body is your house, your body is your temple. And listen, I would come at this from the perspective of, this is my temple before the Lord. So if I'm not taking care of this temple before God, then I am spitting in his face. I'm disrespecting God. Because God created this temple for his service, for his worship. And to listen, if you want God to be within you, if you want God to come within you, your temple has to be clean inside and out. It's like you have to be cleaning and constantly cleansing your temple before the Lord, so that his holy presence can be made known there. But it truly has to be a clean space if you want the Lord to dwell there. And so in the same way, it's like, listen, if you have a super dirty home, what I'm saying, and you invite somebody over and they're looking around, listen, you should feel ashamed that you have a house that looks like a mess. In the same vein, if you have a body that looks like a mess, what I'm saying, and you take that around other people and they're like, yeah, you should feel ashamed. Like, yeah, that might bring about a feeling of shame within you, because you look a mess, your body's a mess, and you're conscious of that. So yes, there should be an element of shame, and even more importantly, shame is an instigating emotion to help us make a change. We're not supposed to sit in shame and feel, wallow in it and feel bad. We're supposed to take that emotion and utilize it as fuel to push us forward. That's the whole point of feeling such an emotion. And so when you feel that shame, yes, your body's saying, hey, you know what? Right, I don't like this. This is wrong. I shouldn't just look like this. As opposed to trying to cover that up and push past that and say, oh, you know what? That's wrong. That's wrong. I shouldn't feel like that. You know what? I should just be proud of who I am and proud of my horrible condition. When you could change it, it's like, listen, if you want to be proud of how horrible you are, you can do that, but don't look at me twice. Don't give me the side eye, because I'm calling you out or telling you that you might have some problems down the line. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, listen, you have to listen to that emotion of shame. You have to be able to analyze that and say, okay, you know what? Maybe be really critical of yourself and say, you know what? Maybe I should make some changes in my life. Maybe there are some real changes that I need to make, and I'm going to use this feeling to motivate me to make those changes. And I say every time that I'm laying down and I'm in bed and I would prefer to chill than exercise, or I would prefer to go get that bag of chips, or prefer to go have to just go get that easy snack instead of making me a healthy meal. When that feeling comes, go back to that feeling of shame of your current state. And listen, if anything, bruh, if anything, that will get you out of bed. That will drive you to make the healthier decision. That will drive you to make the proper changes. Shame is supposed to drive us to make the right decisions, as opposed to staying in our comfort zone and making the wrong ones, the ones that are creating a worse future, a worse outcome for us. So I hope that you guys got something from this. This is kind of just my problem with fat acceptance in the modern world. I'd like to hear what you guys have to say in the comments below. What are your thoughts on fat acceptance? And do you have any criticisms, any comebacks to what I said, and anything else you'd like to add? Because I really do think that this is a topic worthy of discussion, despite its controversial nature. Yeah, just simply because, listen, bro, in our day and age, everybody's getting fat. And really what I think this is an ability or a means that corporations are using to encourage people and to keep people buying their processed goods and the products that are making people fat. And so when they start getting fat, they don't say, "Ooh, whoa, this is bad. I should stop eating this and start eating healthy and make some changes in my life." What they want to do is have an attitude in society where you start getting fat, you start getting unhealthy because of what you're eating. Well, hey, that's fine. It's all okay. It's all fine and dandy. You just accept yourself for who you are. Just like, you don't have to feel shame. Don't listen to those fat shamers. Just accept yourself for who you are and keep buying our Ben and Jerry's ice cream. Keep getting our McDonald's fast food, because we love you and we love your customers, and we love your service. I mean, like, literally, that's exactly the mentality, bruh. And on with that big old smile on their face, they got this devious heart. You know what I mean? That's trying to get your money, and that does not care that they're sacrificing you for their wallets, for their pocketbook, bro. They're sacrificing your health for their pocketbook and convincing you that you're okay while you're doing it, and that it's all good and peaches and daisies while you do it. Something that we have to get away from as men and as people trying to become our best selves. So follow God, y'all, and listen to the Lord. When the Lord says, clean your temple and purify yourself before me, it's not just talking about your soul, not just talking about your inside, it's talking about the outside too. Personal hygiene, there are so many things that go into keeping yourself clean, but one of those things, one of the most crucial things, is eating healthy. All right, y'all, take care. Peace.